Richie Darling Drawing Show, September 30th, 2024. Life is good, my friend.
Life is good. Alright, we need to make something that I can show my niece.
Cool.
She is 5.
All
I
right.
need to capture a 5-year-old's attention span, but luckily me and her have about the same attention span. So if we can entertain me,
Indeed.
maybe we have a chance.
Okay, so what I want to do is let's draw some optical illusions. Okay.
Let's put our names at the top.
Yeah. Okay, now I want to take a 6B pencil with a nice dark tip on it. Yeah, and what I want to do is I want to start at the top, and we're going to go all the way down with a wavy line like this. This is drawing level 0. This is for beginners. This is very what you might call doodly, but it is a really kind of a fun optical illusion.
Okay. So where do I start? At the very top?
Yep, the very top. Yep, and we're going to look at this width here, and we're going to do another one. And this one's going to be different than the first one. You have more waves in it. Yep, and we'll just continue to go across doing the same exact thing. Just going to cover the entire paper with these vertical randomized waves.
You hear that, Mila? Vertical randomized waves. How would you explain vertical randomized waves?
I would say go back and forth and squiggle all the way down to the end of the page.
Back and forth and squiggle.
Squiggle. Long, squiggly, dark lines.
You know what they remind me of? They're like stems on a little flower. They're all different. All right.
I want to estimate about the halfway point and just get a nice faint line. This is just for reference.
Halfway point.
Yeah. Okay. Now, starting on the first line, I want to do arches like this, really close together, kind of evenly spaced, and we're just going from one side to the next. We're arching up on the top side, and then when we get to the bottom side, we'll arch down. And you can make these arches extreme, you can make them a little narrow. And below the split line, do upside down arches. Go all the way to the edge. Plenty of lead on the paper. Nice bold lines. The more you put on there, the more this illusion really starts to pop. It's almost like doodling, really, you know, but not having a reference photo and not having a book or something to go by and just kind of having fun with a pencil. This one is.
It's really just seeing what happens when you add stuff.
Yeah. Were you a doodler when you were in school, Tommy?
I was.
Me too.
I would do anything to not do whatever work we were working on.
What kind of doodles did you do?
A lot.
Private parts.
Yeah, that was always fun to do on somebody else's page. Like right before they turn it in, just do it in pen.
I drew.
I would draw a lot of like window panes, a lot of squares.
Okay.
Like a house with 4 windows in it. You gotta have a little smokestack with a little smoke coming out. Did you have a fireplace growing up?
We had one, but we didn't use it. We used a wood-burning stove, so we had like a wood room. My dad had a fireplace in the master bedroom, but I can't ever remember him burning any wood in it.
I love me a fire, man.
Yeah, I got a fireplace now, and it's awesome. And we just got it cleaned for the season, so I'm ready to start burning wood as soon as it gets cold enough. Actually, as soon as I get some wood too.
We're doing the other sides too.
Yeah, the idea here is we want to fill the whole page up. That's one thing when you go to museums and you see professional paintings and drawings. One of the things they do is they draw all the way to the edge. That's kind of an art, you know, a convention of modern art.
Painting all the way to the edge.
Yeah, going to the edge. Notice when I draw portraits, I won't just draw the face in the center. I'll put graphite over the entire page. You know.
Yeah.
That's what a photograph looks like. You know, there's no border on that.
Right, yeah, because so often you try to draw a person and they're in this like floating vortex of just white space and there's no context around it. That is somewhat off-putting. You do need the background really anchors it.
Yeah. Yeah, just these simple repetitive motions can be kind of meditative, and you get expression within the monotony. And I like to sharpen a few pencils that way, especially if I'm using dark 6Bs like the one I'm using, because they get dull so fast. You want to just grab another one and go without having to stop and sharpen them. For sure.
I used to love getting up and sharpening my pencil in class. So you could go, like, if you had a buddy who was over by the pencil sharpener and they'd seat you next to each other for a day, and the teacher was like, "That's a mistake. Y'all gotta move." And then you'd have to send they'd separate you from your friends in school. You'd have to send the opposite side of the room. Otherwise, we'd talk too much. Just cause a ruckus.
I used to draw a skull with a brain hanging out of the back of it.
Whoa.
And it had a mohawk and a nose ring.
Yeah.
And I made up copies of it one time on a copy machine, because my dad had a copy machine. And I brought them to school. And my friend, Billy, he sold them. He sold them for lunch money, and then he got in trouble for doing that. And that was my drawing, copies that I made. It's weird. He had to give the money back.
Wait, what happened?
It was like in elementary school.
What? Explain that story again.
I drew up this drawing that I used to do when I was in 6th grade. 5th grade, and it was a on a big piece of paper. It was like a skull with a brain hanging out of the back of it, and it had a mohawk and a nose ring, and out right at the bottom bad to the bone, and then I'd cross out the bone and put brain underneath it. And I copied them on a copy machine that my dad had at our house, and I took 20 or 30 copies to school or whatever. And my friend Billy was selling them to the other kids, and he had to give the money back when the teacher found out. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is weird.
I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Then we got for him.
It was lunch money, probably quarter or 50 cents. It would have been $1, I don't think. It was enough that the teacher was like, no. You ever go parasailing?
We did go parasailing once when I was little.
That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it was me and my brother and sister.
You guys went out on the boat, and then you got on the strapped in the thing and did the whole deal? Yeah, I got to do it with my brother, too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good memory.
That's pretty cool.
We drove to Florida to do that. And we didn't go down there for that. It was this, my dad invented this thing called the hydrobrack. And it's an exterior water hydrant bracket. And he was all excited about his new invention and all that. And we were kind of doing a family business, but he's really a contractor, construction. He sent me and my brother down to Florida for this home show, which is where they show off new products for home builders, and it's like a convention. And when we got down there, the whole thing was a scam. They were just trying to get you to send them money, and there's no such thing as that address once you get there.
Oh, damn.
But we had the company credit card, and my dad was like, he's like, I had a budget for it. Just be reasonable. You can use the credit card. Just go have fun. So we did, and that's one of the things we did when we went parasailing.
Hell yeah. Who'd you go with?
My brother.
Nice. You seem to have committed to a lot of consistency.
Indeed. Helps with the illusion. I see you've got some Native American style artwork going there. Some geometric repetitive patterns. Some of that's some fractal in nature. Pretty cool. Reminds me of like indigenous artwork.
Yeah.
Filling the page is nice. It's satisfying.
Fun game.
Do you ever ride motorcycles?
Never. Never been on one. I've never trusted myself enough to ride a motorcycle. I don't think I have the attention span for it.
My dad's like a motorcyclist, right? Motorcycles. That's not really for me. I think I'm too old to start now.
Yeah? You ever been on one?
Yeah. Not a big, like, super big flashy one. I've been on like maybe a 700 or something like that, like a pretty decent sized street bike, but still very small for like highway standards and stuff like that. Not really for me. I think I waited too long.
Yeah.
Just don't have that in me anymore, that desire. I watched the new Beetlejuice movie.
How was that?
It was good. The new Alien one too. Also very good. I want to go see the new Kevin Smith movie, but I haven't decided when exactly.
Yeah, I haven't seen a movie in a minute.
I've been trying to go back, I missed the experience.
Oh, they're still making movies. I don't know how.
Same way we're making YouTube content.
A lot more budget.
Right? Yeah, they got a couple $100 to throw at a movie these days.
You know, I say that, I wouldn't even know what to spend the money on if I had it.
A movie?
Yeah. I guess that's what makes you a good director. I can figure out what to spend the money on.
Right.
Just give me a whack.
I reckon if you come into money like that, you're like, there's a lot of, just about like everybody just trying to keep people from being mad all the time. That's all money's about for me. Is to keep people from being mad at me.
Yeah, that's a funny way of looking at it. I like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna darken the crevices here just to give it a little more shadow realism. Super easy. And I'm just varying the pressure here to give a little more to the darkened areas. Add this depth of shadow and sort of illusory landscape. Definitely the contrast is another thing that makes it really pop off of the page, so I'm giving it good and dark here in the middle. Yeah, it's a little cursory shade, just a hint of shadows. I don't know where I first learned this one.
Yeah, did you just come up with this, or was
I don't
somebody
think I came
this?
up with it. I feel like I saw it in a book or something like that.
It's
Maybe
hard to make a fun game. Have you ever tried?
to make a game.
Like a fun game to just come up with one on the spot. Have you ever tried to make a game?
Besides the video game stuff that I'm doing, not really. We used to do this thing where you fold a paper in half, and one person draws the head on the piece of paper, and then you flip it over without showing the other person, and they draw the body, and then it's like a weird monster. Like we used to do that in the car.
Oh, nice.
Growing up.
I like that. Am I supposed to fold it in half? Take the end of it. I'm trying to match this up with the attention spans of my nieces.
Yeah.
I think the 5-year-old will love it. The 3-year-old, if I have like big colors or maybe stickers or something, I think she'll like it too.
Okay.
The 1-year-old's not gonna. He's just gonna look at it, but he'll be happy to be included. He's getting big. He's starting to walk. It's fun watching him grow up.
Yeah. And you know, the idea is that you use a smaller piece of paper probably if you're working with kids. You don't want to fill up a whole one like this unless they're just like, you know, doing whatever with it, which is fine too. But yeah, these repetitive stuff, no, you're not going to get a kid to do a whole page of this like this unless they got a really good attention span. I don't know kids that could do that these days.
I mean, we see what I'm capable of.
Holding a pencil and having fun, that's all I require.
That's right.
And this doodle actually looks cool even before you do any kind of shading like what I'm doing here. I could have just left it alone where I was. I just like to give it a little more illusory, a little bit more of the illusory.
I like it. Am I in the shot?
Yes, almost. There's the paper's in the shot now. Right on. Fun session. This reminds me of pottery and indigenous artwork. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Very naturalistic.
Yeah, it was fun.
Indeed. Well, that'll do it for today.